great time. I hate to break up the conversation, but we do want to make a few remarks before our servers bring you your dinner. So good evening and welcome to Sacramento State's 2024 Distinguished Alumni Awards dinner. I'm Jennifer Barber, the Assistant Vice President of Alumni Relations in the Sacramento State Alumni Association. And as we gather tonight, we are mindful and acknowledging that the land we use today was and continues to be occupied by the indigenous people of this area. Sacramento State acknowledges with respect the land our campus is on today was and continues to be the homelands of the indigenous peoples of this area. The Nisenan, specifically the Nisin-Pawanan and Miwok. The larger Sacramento area and its rivers serve as a gathering place for many local tribes from the surrounding valley and foothills, including the Southern Maidu, Patwin, and Winton. Sacramento State recognizes these lands and riverways as unceded traditional territories of these Native peoples. We further recognize these California Native nations and respect their sovereignty. By offering this land acknowledgement, we affirm the university's commitment to build relationships and foster a university environment of success to better serve Native nations and communities. As we continue with remarks, I invite you to start enjoying your salads and the bread on the table. You know, you can even dig into the desserts if you want to. They're there. I would like to take a few moments to recognize our distinguished guests from the university administration. Feel free to stand and give a wave, but please hold applause until we complete the group recognition. President Luke, who's behind stage, and First Lady Adara Eason-Wood, members of the President's Cabinet and Administration, Kristen Tudor, Chief of Staff, Michael Reza, Vice President of University Advancement, Carlos Navarez, Interim Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs, Chet Madison, Chief of Police, Mark Wheeler, Senior Advisor to the President and Chief Strategist. Sorry, I lost my place. And Michelle Willard, the Senior Chief External Relations Officer. Representing our students, we have ASI President Natalie Andrade Dominguez and members of the ASI Board of Directors. And deans, we have Mary McGuire, Dean of Health and Human Services, Christina Bellin, Interim Dean of Arts and Letters, Kayvon Shefadaze, Dean of Engineering and Computer Science, Diane Heisen, Dean of Social Sciences and Interdisciplinary Studies, and some elected officials in the room. We have Sacramento County, Sheriff Jim Cooper, Dr. Colette Harris-Matthews, trustee of Los Rios Community College Board, Assembly Member Kevin McCarty, and California State Assembly Speaker Robert Rivas, but more about him to come. Thank you all for joining us this evening. It is now my pleasure to introduce the President of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, Lance Hastings. Lance graduated from Sacramento State with his degree in economics in 1987 and again with his executive MBA in 2022. He currently serves as the president and CEO of the California Manufacturers and Technology Association. He is passionate about Sacramento State and Hornet athletics, and he can regularly be found on campus at alumni and sporting events. In addition to leading the Alumni Association, Lance is very active in the community, including serving on the American Red Cross Northern California Coast Region Board of Directors, and we greatly appreciate his service. Please help me welcome Lance Hastings.
Good evening. Thank you very much, Jennifer. What an honor it is to be here tonight, but also to lead the Alumni Association for the current year. The Sac State Alumni Association has been hosting this event for our distinguished alumni since 1972, and many of them are in the room tonight. So if you're a past recipient of one of our Distinguished Alumni Awards, please raise your hand, stand up, and let's recognize you again. So welcome and glad to have you back. It's always nice to be back on campus, and that's what the alumni should be doing. As we begin our dinner, I want to point out and thank our sponsors that are here tonight. Our gold sponsors, Aramark, Principal, the Sacramento Construction Management Education Foundation, SMUD, and Unleashing Leaders. Our silver sponsors are Atlas Disposal and VSP Vision. And I also want to thank our many Sacramento State table sponsors that are here, including the 3 colleges of Engineering, Computer Science, Business, and Arts and Letters. So thank you all to our sponsors. There's a lot of energy on this campus outside this room right now. Sac 12, anyone? Pac 12, stadium. There is a lot going on right here near where we're sitting right now. And what a wonderful time to be a Hornet. I got to tell you, if you're a student or an alumni, this is the time to be a Hornet. But tonight, it's about the energy inside this room. And you can feel the energy, it's palpable. And all of us, when we were in college, you often asked your classmate, what's your major? What's your major? And that is how we opened up conversations. But how great would it have been if the question was, what's your gift? What are you going to give back? And tonight, we are going to find about some of the greatest gifts of Sac State alumni, and we're going to honor them this evening. So I look forward to that very much, because it all contributes to the legacy of Sacramento State University, and we all should be very proud of it. And yeah, I graduated in 2 centuries, so I care about it a little bit more maybe than most. But now it's my honor really to introduce the most exciting thing that's happened to this university in quite some time, this Dr. Luke Wood, who's our 9th president of Sacramento State. And in the short amount of time, in the 1 year he's been here, it has changed the landscape and the ethos of this university. He also is a 2-time graduate and served in the student body, so he has triumphantly returned to Sacramento State last July, doing a great job. And I'll close with saying it's a great time to be a Hornet because we have one of the greatest university presidents available. Dr. Luke Wood, come on up.
All right. Good evening. Oh, we can do better than that. Good evening. What an incredible time it is to be part of the Sacramento State family. As I stand before you tonight, I'm filled with pride, reflecting on the remarkable achievements we've seen across campus this year. As many of you may know, we started the nation's first Black Honors College this year, a college within the institution, specifically designed to serve those who are interested in Black history, life, and culture. We welcomed our inaugural class with remarks, video message sent from President Obama and dignitaries from across the world, to our 80 new students who are part of that college, 80 more who are coming in the spring, 250 more next year. Over the next 4 years, we'll grow to over 1,000 students. And it has been really a testament of our commitment to inclusive excellence. And then tomorrow, we'll be on the assembly floor when we announce the beginning of Sacramento State Native American College, which will provide a similar pathway to those in the Native Indigenous community. And the idea really is that we want to make sure that no matter who you are, no matter what student you are, that when you come to a place like Sacramento State, you feel like you are at home, not a guest in someone else's house. And our reputation continues to soar, with fall applications showing significant increases from last year. In fact, this year, Sacramento State welcomed its largest incoming class ever in school history. Now, that's a mixture of different students. That's what we call our first-time frosh or freshmen. That includes transfer students, but it also includes those who stopped out, who said, that's it, I'm done, it's not going to work, and then saw all the wonderful things that are happening and decided to come back to Sacramento State. And yesterday, I met one of these students. I was walking down the hall of Yosemite Hall and had just come out of seeing some students in a wrestling practice. And the student walked up to me and said, can I talk to you for a minute? I said, absolutely. And they said, so President Wood, you started this, this new program called Combat U. And I always like to tell people, I didn't do it. I mean, I certainly had an idea, but the people who work here are the people who made it happen. He said, well, let me tell you why it was important to me. I'm graduating, and I'll see you at Golden One in December. But I had given up on Sacramento State. I wasn't going to finish. I had only a handful of classes left, but I was just tired and done, and no plans of coming back. But I saw this whole program for wrestling, boxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, and all this that's going on. And so he enrolled this summer. completed classes, enrolled this fall, and at the end of the fall semester, we'll be crossing the stage of graduation. And that's what we're seeing with this program. And it's not just about enrolling students, it's about graduating students, right? And so we are really excited that our graduation rates continue to soar. And they continue to soar for a lot of reasons, but one of the most important reasons is because we have an amazing group of faculty here at Sacramento State. I, as an alum and a testament to the faculty investment that takes place here, and I think that everyone that you'll see who will come on stage who is an alum of this institution can point to at least one, if not 50, faculty members who invested in them and made sure that they had everything they needed to succeed. And as a byproduct of that, our graduation rates have soared. We went from a 8.5% graduation rate, the four-year graduation rate under President Nelson, to now this year, we just crossed a 32% graduation rate for four-year and way higher for our six-year graduation rate. But for those who've been away from campus for some time, I think some of the things that are the most remarkable and the things I hear particularly from our alums is, dang, the campus has changed, right? You've got the planetarium, you've got the Broad, you've got all these new buildings that are taking place, and of course our new art building, which just opened up and breaking ground. I would say breaking ground is something else, but no, the art building opened up and breaking ground on a new residence hall that is getting ready to open up here on campus as well in 2026. And so we're excited about that. And our new Basic Needs Center will soon follow. And is President Andrade Dominguez here? Let's see. No? Okay. So I'm still going to acknowledge her. So our ASI President, Natalie Andrade Dominguez, brought this to us last year. And I should say that she is unique in that we call her two-time. And the reason we call her two-time is this is her second year being student body president at Sacramento State. Now, Noelle can tell you, who is a former student body president and one of the folks who will be up on stage this evening, that's a hard job. But she was passionate for her that she wanted to see more students have support, because we know at a place like Sacramento State, who do we serve? We serve first-generation students. We serve students who come oftentimes from low-income backgrounds, who are the first in their families to go to college, who are trying to create a better life for themselves and for their families. And students like that can oftentimes come with more struggles in terms of their experiences here. I myself experienced this: food insecurity, housing insecurity, transportation concerns, employment barriers. But come this spring, under the leadership of our Vice President Anisha Mitchell, we'll have a new Basic Needs Center, which will bring all of our different resources and support into one central location to make sure the students are getting what they need. And we're very proud of that. We're also proud, yep. We're also proud that we just went through a process now where our students are providing even more support, financial support, for resource centers on campus. So we have many cultural centers on campus, but come between now and the fall semester, they will have 25 new people hired to work in those centers to help support all of our different student populations: our SWANA Center, our Jewish Life Center, our CERNA Center for our Latinx Resource Center, our Black Resource Center. I could just keep on. We got a resource center for basically everybody. But that's important, right? Because what you want to do is make a big institution like Sacramento State with over almost 31,000 students feel like it's a community and a home. And so part of that is resourcing these different areas. And we're moving forward right now with 4 hires in those centers before, even in advance of those resources coming in. Hiring in our Dreamer Center, hire in our Latinx Resource Center called the CERNA Center, our Martin Luther King Black Resource Center, and our Asian Pacific Islander Desi American Center, hiring directors right now. And I would say that regardless of where your politics stand, that you can see the importance of investing in those communities right now and how it means even more to students who are looking and wondering what their future may be. And that's important because right now, a lot of students are coming to Sacramento State because we are becoming the North Star of the West. an institution that leans into diversity, equity, inclusion, that leans into an international education, that provides an environment where, again, no matter who you are, you feel like you're at home. Now, our Alumni Association President Hastings mentioned that we have a little project that we're working on right now. Some of you may be familiar with the fact that right next door to us is our current Hornet Stadium, which will at some point very soon in the future be raised, and we will build a new stadium there. And so there's a lot of excitement in our community about that. But most importantly, what we're doing is we're investing in our student athletes. And I say student athletes intentionally because they're not athletes, they're student athletes, because what matters most is not how they do on the field, though we want them to win. I'm competitive, we want them to win. But we really want them to graduate. And they're graduating at incredibly high rates right now. And they're all like doing well, investing in the community, being community engaged. They're incredible ambassadors of this institution. So we have to invest in those facilities to make sure that they know that we're supporting them and supporting their success. We have 21 athletic teams. 10 of them competed in conference championships last year. 7 of them won conference championships last year. That's unheard of. So we're a really amazing sports school. And I have to say, as an alum of this institution, that's great because it wasn't like that when I was here. But more importantly, tonight, we have the privilege of honoring some extraordinary members of our Hornet family. These individuals exemplify the very best of Sacramento State through their outstanding achievements in their respective fields and their incredible contributions to our community. They demonstrate the transformative power of a Sacramento State education combined with a passionate commitment to service. Our honorees tonight represent more than individual success stories, though they represent that too. They embody the spirit that makes our Hornet family special, the pride, the passion, and the unwavering drive to make a better world for future generations. And as I look around this room, I see past, present, and future Sacramento State alumni. I see the power of education to transform lives, and I see the incredible impact we can have when we work together. So thank you for all your continued support and partnerships as we build an even brighter future for Sacramento State. And to our honorees who are here, we are immensely proud of you. You inspire us all to reach higher, to dream bigger, and to serve our community with even greater dedication. Together, we are Sacramento State, our hive, our home, and stingers up.
Thank you so much, President Wood. We really appreciate your ongoing support, not only of this program and these honorees and our campus, but for just making the time to be here and share with everybody everything great that's going on at Sacramento State. Before we break to enjoy our dinner, I do want to draw your attention to the inside back cover of your printed awards program that was at your place. We are hosting a silent auction in conjunction with this event, and it's taking place online. 100% of the proceeds will go to support student scholarships, so I encourage you to scan the QR code, check it out, see if there's anything you want to bid on, or just make a donation to support scholarships. We really appreciate it. Our awards presentation will begin after dinner, so please enjoy the good company and great food. Wine will continue to be available, wine and beer, at the bar on the patio until the start of our program at 7:30. There's also a coffee bar out there as well. So enjoy and bon appetit. Oh. Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, yeah, there's the group. Wonderful. Thank you to the Sheriff's Department. Thank you, thank you. All right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed your dinner. Yeah? All right, great. I now have the honor of introducing this evening's MC, Dr. Colette Harris-Matthews. Colette graduated from Sacramento State in 1987 and again with her master's degree in 2001, both in communication studies. After 20 years in higher education, Colette founded Harris-Matthews Consulting to elevate and centralize diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. She is also very active in the community, including having served as the Sacramento State Alumni Association Board of Directors and a term as president. But she now serves on the University Foundation Board and is continuing to make a difference at Sacramento State. We greatly appreciate her, and please help me welcome Dr. Colette Harris-Matthews.
Good evening, good evening. We didn't have to warm up the room. You have eaten now. This is not your time to go to sleep because we have an exciting evening planned ahead. And so we want to make sure that you honor our honorees tonight and pay attention to those who are being honored. You always have to find your spot in the program. So thank you, Jennifer. And welcome everyone again. This is an exciting night. It's an honor to be here with you this evening for the Distinguished Alumni Awards. Before we continue in our celebration tonight, we want to remind you that we are hosting an online auction to support the student scholarships. So repeat, student scholarships. So the auction is to support student scholarships. You guys didn't repeat, student scholarships. I'm gonna need a little call and response. Otherwise, I'm not gonna know if you're still with me. Yes. You have the opportunity to be the successful bidder on some fantastic items. If you didn't get an opportunity to look at them tonight, you will get an opportunity as we go out tonight. And the students get the financial assistance that they will need if you bid on something. All auction items will be available through next Thursday, November 14th. To participate, you need to scan the QR code in the back of your program booklet. There are 2 QR codes, so make sure you're scanning the quick one. I see people pulling out their phone right now, scanning the QR code, and you are more than welcome to do that. If you are the kind of person that says silent auction, that's not for me, there's another way that you can participate. You can just donate. You can just donate. Yes, you may applaud for that. You can just donate because this is the opportunity to support our students. We were all students. If you were alumni, you were a student once. And yes, the campus has changed. And it is a great time to be a Hornet. I keep saying that, and Lance Hastings said it too, so it's now a tagline. Hashtag, it's good time to be a Hornet. There are many things that President Wood shared with us about what's going on the campus, but I encourage you to continue to make this campus your home. So, we thank you in advance for your support of participating in the auction, and I never thought that the auction would get an applause, but we want to make sure that I say that multiple times, so we'll see how many times that I say that. Tonight is an important evening for Sacramento State. It's alumni, friends, supporter. It's a night of honor and to recognize distinguished individuals. Individuals who not only shine in their own right, but whose achievements shed light on the powerful impact and influence of Sacramento State through their contributions and achievements. We can all be proud. We are proud of our honorees tonight. We're proud of those who have been honored before. This year, we pay tribute to a prestigious group of individuals who have achieved a high level of distinction in their field and the community. A group deemed worthy of having bestowed upon them a Distinguished Alumni Award. I am pleased to share that earlier this evening, Assembly Member Kevin McCarty presented each honoree with a California Assembly resolution acknowledging their contributions and achievements. Now on to our award presentations. You guys got really quiet. Because you're gonna make me tell jokes, and my jokes are incidentally funny. But if you make me tell jokes, then that won't be what we're here for. But I want to make sure that you know I am a proud alumni. past president of the Alumni Association, double alum. I taught here in the Communication Studies and the Ethnic Studies department as well, and got an excellent education here at Sac State. And I'll just share with you this. So my father is a Sac State alum. My oldest brother is a Sac State alum. My husband is an alum. My daughter is an alum. Her husband is an alum. I have nieces and nephews that are alums. So I give back, and this is an important night of saying alumni. And so Stingers Up wasn't here when I was here. Yes, Stingers Up. Where are all my alum that we are going to honor some folks tonight? If you're not alum, we're going to include you in that of saying you need to practice. So everybody who's an alum, you know how to do this. But if you're not an alum, practice now. Stingers Up. Okay. You got to do it with some enthusiasm. Stingers Up. Okay. So our honorees, it is my pleasure to introduce Ron Brown, our Lifetime Achievement Award recipient this evening. Yes. The Lifetime Achievement Award recognizes alumni with exceptional career achievements, exceptional contributions to the campus and community, and who have set high standards of excellence in their personal and professional lives. Ron Brown has led Brown Construction, Inc. as the president and CEO for over 22 years. With a reputation for fairness, transparency, honest business practices, and spearheading industry-leading safety programs. Throughout his career, Ron has mentored Sacramento State's construction management students, leading them to win numerous regional and national awards. He also has been a remarkable role model for serving the community through board service with multiple organizations, including the Sacramento Construction Management Education Foundation, Sutter Davis Hospital Foundation, and the Sacramento host community. Please join me in congratulating Ron Brown, Lifetime Achievement Award recipient.
So I got to serve on the alumni board with Cullet. She's just a phenomenal woman, and thank you for doing this. This is just an awesome, first off, it's a surprise that I got to see you here, and then that you get to be the MC. So can you guys hear me okay? Okay. Microphones sometimes get. Anyway, this is a great honor. Lifetime achievement, as I was joking with Jennifer, when she first called me on this, I said, well, lifetime achievement means you're either passed away or it's time to retire, because they're telling you we've had enough of you. But I've been fortunate enough to be involved on campus for many, many years. I was complaining about the fact there wasn't enough graduates in the CM program, which I graduated in '86. And one of my friends said, hey, you need to put your money and your time where your mouth is. And we're going to start an organization called Sacramento Construction Management Education Foundation. I was like, geez, criminy. Couldn't have maybe made it a little shorter, so it's SMEF. Nobody knows what SMEF means, but that's what it is. But basically, we had a couple of goals, and they were pretty lofty. I'm going to set this down real quick. Our biggest one was to take a, what did we call it? It was under the civil engineering. So it was a program under the School of Engineering, civil engineering, and we decided we wanted to make a department. And not being from academia, none of us had any idea what that meant. And it was lofty goal. It took us 10 years, and we were able to get it. We did do it. So that was it was one of our biggest achievements. It was really cool. But so I'm getting this award somewhat to be part of that, but I was blessed to be able to work with a lot of students, and that's the goal. was to create more students, graduates, and people that help our industry. But my point of all this is I did not do that by myself. So this award is really for all these individuals, some of them over there, Henry, Steve, Darren is on it, Kyle is in here, Gareth, who's our chair of the department, and I know him as Mike, Clark. You know, all of these people work tirelessly, as we all know, right? Everybody, it takes a whole bunch of people to do great things. But I couldn't possibly have done any of this without my family, because it's big sacrifices, as you all know, that put time into other things, and we all do it, and we need to do it. And my family, thank you. My wife, Mary, my son, Dominic, my son, Dillard, Allie, my daughter-in-law, Megan, Dominic's girlfriend, and 2 future little hornets over there. We have Remy, and we have Daphne. So those are our future. There's a lot of people to thank, but they only gave me 2 minutes. So thank you all very much, but it takes all of us. If you remember nothing else I said, just know that I'm accepting this award based on everybody that is helping. And Kayvon and Thomas and Adam, I wouldn't even be getting recognized if it wasn't for you guys putting me in on this. So thank you very much.
Congratulations, Ron. It does take a community to, Ron is true to who he is. That graciousness is well appreciated. I would like to introduce our first Distinguished Award recipient. The Distinguished Service Award recognizes alumni for professional achievements and service, bringing distinction to the university and the community through their accomplishments. Tonight, we are honoring Vu Nguyen. Vu joined the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office and graduated at the top as the top recruit in 1999. During his first 7 years, he rose to the rank of detective and worked in the gang suppression unit in South Sacramento. Vu was known for his dedication to the community and truly embodied the Sheriff's Office motto of service with concern. Through his selfless work ethic and compassion, tragically, Vu fell in the line of duty in December 2007. But his family, former colleagues, helped us to create a video on his behalf. After the video, we will present the award to Vu's former colleagues, members of the Sacramento County Sheriff's Gang Suppression Unit. The video will play shortly.
Like I said, when we were young, it was big brother, little brother type relationship. But every intent, every decision he made was in the best interest of the family.
Vu, the story that he has, the story of his family having come here from Vietnam under the circumstances of the fall of Saigon, he was insanely appreciative of America.
The fall of Saigon in 1975, our family was the very last family on the very last helicopter to escape the rooftop of the U.S. Embassy in Saigon. What he recalls was as we were escaping the rooftop, looking up, he looked up and he saw a bunch of men in uniform rescuing our family. From that moment on, he felt that he owed his life and he was in debt to men in uniform.
His work ethic was absolutely second to none. He embodied everything that you would want, not only in a detective in our unit, but just as a consummate law enforcement professional. I think it's extremely appropriate for Vu to be one of the recipients and get this honor. Not only did he go to school here and finish his, academic education here, but he stayed right here in the Sacramento community. I can't imagine a more deserving recipient. It's a tremendous honor, even this late, 17 years after his passing. It's really nice to see this happen and be a part of it.
Vu, you were honor, integrity, and love personified. Boo, congratulations on your Distinguished Alumni Award.
No gangs here.
What a spread out.
Now, they told me I didn't have to speak, so I'm gonna make it real quick. All I can say is that we remember Vu. Thank you. Jason? Go ahead, Jason.
I don't want to be redundant. I mean, what Vu's brother An mentioned in the video speaks for itself. In the professional law enforcement, we talk a lot about a person's why, right? You want their why to be true. You want it to be real. And Vu's why was as pure and solid as anyone I ever worked with. I retired in March after 28 years with the Sacramento Sheriff's Office, spending a lot of those years with these fantastic, committed gentlemen up here. Vu is sorely missed. But he's strong here in each one of us. I think I speak for all of my colleagues back here, my friends, my brothers, to say that he's not forgotten. And I know he's looking down. I hope he's smiling. I hope he's proud because, as was mentioned in the video, he is insanely deserving of this recognition. So thank you very much.
We are truly honored to recognize Vu along with his family and former colleagues. Now I am pleased to introduce to you our next Distinguished Service Award recipient, Robert Rivas. Robert grew up in Piscinas, California, in farm worker housing with his brother, mother, and grandparents, who immigrated from Mexico in search of the California dream. After earning his degree from Sacramento State, Robert quickly made a name for himself in political service. Following in the advocacy footsteps of his grandfather, Robert has been a tireless advocate for foster youth, workforce equity, farm workers, affordable housing, the environment, and many efforts to improve our community and the residents of California. Robert currently serves as Speaker of the California State Assembly. Prior to being elected Speaker, he served as the Chair of the Assembly Agriculture Committee and as Vice Chair of the Latino Legislative Caucus. Please join me in congratulating Robert Rivas, Distinguished Service Award recipient.
Well, good evening, everybody. It's wonderful to be here with all of you, and certainly want to thank the Sacramento State Alumni Association for this really special honor. Certainly was entirely unexpected on my part, but for me, it really is a moment of pride and gratitude, and it's one that makes me reflect on how much Sacramento State has shaped the person that I am now. First I want to express my heartfelt appreciation to President Wood. He's done an incredible job in ensuring that Sacramento State is quickly becoming the best in the CSU system. And that is, certainly something I'm very proud of. And to the faculty, the staff, the entire Sac State, the community, your dedication, and your commitment to our students. You all have built a legacy that impacts our state in countless ways. And so certainly thank you. But like many alumni, my journey to and through Sacramento State, a campus that looked much different than it does now, was one of dreams, of challenges, and a determination to make a difference. I came to this campus as the son of farm workers. I grew up in migrant farm worker labor camp, overcrowded housing, raised by my mom as a single parent. My grandparents, my great-grandmother, shared a bed with my brother, my mom, and at times my great-grandmother. We grew up in the rural part of this state, in the central coast of California, in San Benito County. Our housing, I can recall, it stood next to rows of vineyards. And that's where I was surrounded by love, but also surrounded by the poverty and the daily struggle that was our life. And I am in absolute awe, in awe of how far it's possible to come from those rows of vineyards to the California State Capitol, all through the power of love, of community, and of collective action. And the opportunities I found right here on this campus, here at Sac State, were more than academic. They were opportunities to envision a brighter future, not just for myself, but for my family and for my community, and for this incredible state that we call home. Sacramento State taught me the power of education to change lives. It gave me mentors who pushed me to think bigger, classmates who challenged me to grow, and a community that taught me that public service was the highest calling. And so right here at Sacramento State, I learned to turn my experiences into action, my values into policy, and my passion for justice, fighting for our most vulnerable residents and families, into a lifelong commitment to public service. That Sacramento State education I received, those experiences I had here, and those values led me to where I am now, which is in the California State Assembly, and as Speaker of the California State Assembly. And in this role, I carry Sac State spirit with me every single day, especially its belief that regardless of where you come from or the obstacles you face, a better future is always, always worth fighting for. And appreciate, once again, the Alumni Association, the work that you all do, and certainly look to see what's to come at this incredible institution. But with that, thank you once again for this recognition. I am and always will be a very, very proud Hornet. Thank you all.
Congratulations, Robert. I feel compelled to remind you about our silent auction, and I feel compelled right there because you're seeing where the dollars go to in terms of scholarships, and so I feel compelled right there to just take a pause. Our next Distinguished Service Award recipient is Marco Rodriguez. Since graduating from Sacramento State, Marco has excelled in his chosen career, serving many in the region as a financial advisor with Principal Financial Group. However, of particular note is his remarkable commitment to community. Proud of his heritage, he has served as chair of the Sacramento Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and I know there are a few people from the Chamber of Commerce here tonight, as president of the Mexican Cultural Center of Northern California, and was a founding member of the CN Amigos. Within the greater Sacramento community, he has served as a board member of Pride Industries, the American Leadership Forum, and on the Sacramento State Alumni Association board, including as our president in 2014. On a national level, Marco made an impact as President George W. Bush's appointee to the National Council on Disability, which was followed by the appointment from Governor Schwarzenegger to the California State Independent Living Council. He continues to support Sacramento State by serving as a board member of University Enterprises, Inc. and aiding Dreamers, assistance efforts for undocumented students pursuing higher education. Please join me in congratulating Marco Rodriguez, Distinguished Service Award recipient.
Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Marco Rodriguez. And first of all, I can never be a politician because first thing I want to say is I want to thank God for the inspiration that I get every day to continue to do, what I believe is right. This is a wonderful community. Sacramento State University has been incredible. Today I want to thank my very good friend, Alex Gonzalez, who nominated me, who many of you know was president of the university, and proud to know everybody here. I really believe that we don't meet people by accident. Things that happen, it was meant to be. Being at Sacramento State, I picked up two very important things. One of them, I say, was my degree that allowed me to work in business. But one of the most important things, on this Halloween party, from Sac State, I met the most gorgeous girl that I could ever see. And that's the most important thing that I picked up from Sacramento State. Which is my wife. And she too is a hornet, I also want to let you know, I come from a very rural part of Mexico. I grew up, I would never change anything. My father was fortunate to make it to 3rd grade, because there was nothing more than that. He writes the most beautiful letters, and I'm very proud to be his son, and also to my mother, who's very entrepreneurial, very rural. You had a real well, you got to get the water out of there, but I was very fortunate to grow up there. But my parents always said to all of our 5 kids that we must go to college, so I'm part of that group of people. I came to America, very fortunate to find a counselor from Sacramento State who said, hey, Marco, you want to go to Sac State? Back then it was a lot different. I said, yeah, okay, come on Monday, we'll enroll you. I said, okay, cool, But as I was going here, I have no family here, and I met my Sacramento State family, and as I mentioned, I met Alva, my wife. I had, at the time, 3 roommates. We lived in La Riviera. Most everybody here, if you went to college here, you know where those apartments are. And one day, the first day that my girlfriend came over and visited us here, she noticed that there was 4 guys living there, which is, 2-bedroom apartment, 2 guys. But she noticed there was only 3 beds. And she said, which one's your bed? I go, well, I don't have one. I sleep in that corner, which is where I slept. And she still stuck around with me, I had nothing, but I had the will to continue to move forward with it. And we've been married for many, many years now. I enjoy every day. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. And what I do also want to tell you is my son, Carlos, who's also a little hornet, but now he's 30 years old, and he graduated from here. And we're very fortunate he works with us. Every day there's challenges. Every day there's opportunities. And we know, because we're out there in the community, we see it. I'm very fortunate to be part of a lot of great members in this community, a lot of them the Hornets. I believe in giving back, and thanks to everybody for being here today. I've learned there's only so many heartbeats we have in our lives. So I want to thank you for participating in tonight's dinner and recognizing all the awardees, very outstanding people out here. And as a part of giving back, my wife and I today would like to donate a $10,000 check to the scholarship. And the association I have with Principal, they're going to pitch in their $5,000 through the Principal Foundation because they'll match the stuff that I give out. So that'll give you a good $15,000. So I encourage everybody to give back. And if we all contribute, we're going to get a lot further in life. So thank you very much, and thank you for this honor.
Congratulations once again to Marco, and we thank him. See, that's why I made that appeal. Our next award, the Rising Star Award, is given to individuals who early in their career have made an outstanding contribution professionally and to the community or to Sacramento State. It is now my pleasure to introduce Noel Mora, recipient of the Rising Star Award. Noel is recognized for his leadership, commitment to community service, and passion for civic engagement. Professionally, he has expanded academic internships, community-based research, and service learning by establishing partnerships with over 600 organizations. In the community, Noel's contributions include having served as trustee for the Natomas Unified School District, board member for the YMCA of Superior, California, and vice chair of the Stonewall Foundation of Greater Sacramento. In addition to his professional work at Sacramento State, he has served his alma mater as the president of the things are moving on this page. I don't know why. Latinx, alumni chapter, fostering a strong network of support. Please join me in congratulating Noel Mora, Rising Star Award recipient.
Hello, everyone. It just honed in on me that with the Rising Star Award, people are counting that I will work for a much longer time, so I think that's motivating, right? So first of all, I want to congratulate everyone who has been on this stage and has received an award already. I also want to start by saying that it will be the biggest understatement I could ever say to give one big thank you, to this institution and to everyone that's part of it. So instead, I'm going to highlight three major thank yous that are really important to me. The first being, of course, my partner, Dylan, and the rest of my family, my parents who could not be here. But that's always first because there's always a car ride home. And I also have so much Sac State family here that have just made me feel that sense of warmth today. The next thank you I have is actually to someone that I've not yet had the chance to appreciate publicly and has been very instrumental in, as you heard, being able to manage these two worlds of, working here and then also working in my local school district. And so that, and because they have left their position as the faculty director at the Community Engagement Center, that's my disclaimer that this isn't me kissing up to my boss. And that is Dr. Ann Moylan, who is a truly compassionate and fierce leader, and I think it's something that hopefully everyone can relate to, that behind all leaders are people that are willing to support their endeavors. I'd also like to thank my current boss. This is now me being contradictory. But Dr. Sam Blackburn for the moral support, and I realize that contradictions are common with anything that we do. The final thank you that I'd like to highlight is, of course, to the selection committee. I know that there's a lot of work and careful attention that's required to find out who is getting awarded tonight, and of course to Lozana, who took the time to nominate me and has always been there to hype me up ever since I was a student here. And now I'd like to kind of take a moment, since I am receiving this award for all of my work in public education, to really ask you all that it's clear we all love Sac State, we all love really being there to see our students graduate, that we really need to be ready for the things that will happen, now that we know what, who has been elected president in our country. This is not a statement in a political lens. It's to really make an ask of everyone that's here that cares about Sac State. There's a promise to eliminate the Department of Education, which means that all of the grants, all of the job positions, people that I know, all the resources and students that graduate because of those, it's very possible that those will be gone. So regardless of the obstacles that we will likely face, we band together, we address as much as we can, and we are prepared and unified when the time comes. And that is something that has always made me proud of being part of, this campus community. I look forward to our institutions like Sac State being there for our DACA and documented students that, of course, face the biggest uncertainty in whether they can stay enrolled and graduate. It'll be critical for our campus leaders to show up and maintain a unity in this Hornet family that we are so proud of. So we have a shared responsibility. We have a shared student population that we are all entrusted with, and we have a shared strength in all of that. So again, I am really, really thankful. I am and always will be proud of being a Hornet alongside everyone that's here. So thank you, and Stingers up.
You heard his appeal. That is important. Congratulations again, Noel. His appeal, because it just resonated with me just one more time, is important to take the opportunity when we say someone is a rising star, but he already is a star in our eyes, but he is a rising star, being awarded the Rising Star tonight. Our next award, the Honorary Alumni Award, is given to friends of the university who have demonstrated a close affinity to the campus and who have rendered exceptional support and leadership to the university or alumni association. It is now my pleasure to introduce Elizabeth Shattuck, recipient of an Honorary Alumni Award. Elizabeth's engagement at Sacramento State is rooted in her late husband's time on campus as a history professor and chair of the Colonial American History. She found her passion in honoring her husband's legacy by supporting students and faculty within the College of Arts and Letters to ensure that his contributions to history and student-centered learning are remembered and celebrated. In this pursuit, Elizabeth has created the Peter H. Shattuck Scholarships, the Peter H. Shattuck Chair in Colonial American History, the Elizabeth Shattuck Resource Fund, and provides funding for the Outstanding Teacher Award for the College of Arts and Letters. She is also active in the community with organizations such as Capital Public Radio Endowment, Sacramento Steps Forward, Cottage Housing, Habitat for Humanity, and the Sacramento Public Library. Please join me in congratulating Elizabeth Shattuck, Honorary Alumni Award recipient.
It's an honor to be here with these outstanding Hornets. And it's an honor to be among the people who are part of the outstanding institution that supported them. And to be honored by people I so admire is honor indeed. My late husband, Peter, who taught history here for 35 years, was devoted to Sac State, and he loved his students. Many students here are in need of support. And in Sacramento, they get it. The ASI started food pantry. The Student Emergency Fund, started by previous president Robert Nelson in memory of his late son, Seth, is a beautiful example of that. Now, in these truly difficult and fraught times, it's even more important that there be graduates emerging from Sac State as citizens informed citizens with the critical thinking skills to evaluate what is in front of them in the media. I am grateful to the professors, teachers, who take on the vital and insufficiently paid work. They are important for our country. And I like to think that public radio is part of this too. Who is president is important. Fortunately, Sac State has a good one. Capital Public Radio recently did not. As someone who spent 23 years volunteering in both staff and board positions, I am particularly grateful to President Wood for supporting the stations. He would have been perfectly justified in throwing up his hands at the whole mess. Instead, he socked them with a thorough forensic audit. And installed the very capable Mark Wheeler as president and board chair to the purged CPR. At least the board action over which I resigned was not criminal. May these perpetrators be held responsible. And you can imagine what I think of them. I am also deeply indebted to two people without whom I would not have been able in my old age to participate in things on campus. The thoughtful and efficient Tess Dyer and Tamara Dawley. I rather wonder why their initials are TD. Totally dependable? Besides, I have enjoyed their company enormously. Thank you all.
Before we continue, let's take another moment to recognize our gold level sponsors for the evening. Airmark, Principal, SMUS, SMEF, and Unleashing Leaders. Please join me in another round of applause for our sponsors tonight, all of our sponsors. These events do not occur without sponsorship. What a fantastic evening it's been. I've tried to stay on script, but now I get to go a little off script, just a little. But it's been a wonderful evening. I wanted to make sure that I read every word because it's important for our honorees to hear everything, for you to hear everything that they have accomplished and why they are an awardee. Now I would like to bring Jennifer Barber back up to the stage. Where's your QR code? You know where your QR code is? Have you... Is anybody keeping track of how many times I said it? Are you playing bingo? You know, you guys know how you do. Jennifer, Give Jennifer a round of applause.
Well, I think we should give Colette one more round of applause. She is a little sleep deprived from election mode, so we very much appreciate her being here tonight to help us celebrate. I'd also like to again thank President Wood for his participation tonight. We truly appreciate the support of the Alumni Association and our programs. Thank you, President Wood. And last but certainly not least, I would like to take a moment to recognize the hard work and efforts of the staff and many volunteers that made this evening possible. They're all back there, so let's give them a big round of applause. Woo! Colette did the reminder about scholarships and the QR code, unprompted, unscripted. Thank you, Colette. But this does conclude our program, but please feel free to stay and mingle. Awardees, please don't leave without your award and your resolution. And we look forward to seeing you at future events. Thank you, good night, and go Hornets!